Mr Bone, the MP for Wellingborough, claimed the document surfaced in the Irish media as the European Union attempted to bounce Mrs May from Downing Street. On Monday, speculation surfaced about Northern Ireland being offered a separate Brexit deal to the rest of the UK in order to avoid the implementation of a hard border on the island of Ireland. This itself put Mrs May's government at risk, with the DUP adamant they would not accept any regulatory divergence between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK. The Prime Minister reportedly broke off talks with European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker to discuss reports that claimed Britain was ready to accept that Northern Ireland would remain in the EU's customs union and single market in all but name. Yet the Irish government leaked a draft Brexit deal to remove Theresa May as PM. Peter Bone. The documents were leaked by the Irish to bounce the Prime Minister. Peter Bone. DUP leader Arlene Foster reportedly told Mrs May that she would not be able to support such a deal, according to the BBC's political editor Laura Kunsberg. However, fresh from a meeting of Conservative MPs in Westminster, Peter Bone said the UK's negotiators had never agreed to the proposals leaked by the Irish government. Speaking exclusively to Express.co.uk, Mr Bone said, "The documents were leaked by the Irish to bounce the Prime Minister, and it clearly hasn't worked because the Prime Minister just said no to their demands." The Brexiteer said Mrs May would never accept a deal which didn't have the approval from the Northern Irish politicians in Westminster. Monday, December 4, 2017, Theresa May is welcomed by European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker at the EC headquarters in Brussels. The leaks also point to another of the reasons the UK is better off leaving the European Union, if the bloc is happy to deploy such negotiating tactics, Mr Bone added. Reacting to Mrs May walking away from the reported deal, the Taoiseach, Leo Varadkar, said he was surprised and disappointed to find the talks had fallen through. Mr Varadkar was told by Donald Tusk and Mr Juncker that Mrs May needed more time to consider the arrangement, which appeared across the press on Monday afternoon. The Irish Prime Minister told a press conference, "The responsibility of any Prime Minister is to ensure that they can follow through on agreements that they make, and we are surprised and disappointed that they haven't been able to." Sky News. Foster reportedly told Mrs May that she would not be able to support such a deal. JT Varadkar said he was surprised and disappointed to find the talks had fallen through. "I am surprised and disappointed that the British government does not appear to be in the position to conclude what was agreed earlier. Today, my position and that of the Irish government is unequivocal. There will be no hard border in Ireland under any circumstances." Hitting back at the Irish leader's comments, Mr Bone claimed the only ones attempting to put in place a hard border are the Republic of Ireland and EU's leaders. Express.co.uk has contacted Mr Varadkar's Fine Gael for comment over the allegedly leaked documents.